was an honor. Skip joins us now, the manager of the Miami Marlins. Skip, did you get a moment to sit back with your family and go, I can't believe this whirlwind ended with a playoff appearance and a manager of the year in year one as a manager?
Yeah, I think you got time to reflect after it all went down, but I said it when I won the award. This is a staff award. It really is. And you have so many people, good people around you that covered your blind spots and really helped me. And then the players got us into the postseason. There's nothing I did, but very fortunate to win that award. And I'll put it in my office. There's no doubt about it, but grateful for the players and the staff around me.
When did you start to relax? At what point, what month, what game were you like, all right, I'm walking out the lineup card. I got a good feel for how I want to attack every night?
I think after probably the first month, but even then, you're just not sure. I think until you're in that seat, you're not sure if you can do this or not.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get in the rhythm of the season, and then you have some tough conversations about position changes or role changes.
Yeah.
And then when you see those guys start to buy in after those tough conversations, then you're like, all right, they're listening to what we got, they're buying in, now we can go. But until you get that feedback, you just don't know if you're capable
and
of
you
doing
had
this
a
or
great
not.
your coaching staff, former big leaguer, right on down the line for these guys to really turn to and have crying shoulder.
Yeah, I think it was important that I had a lot of those guys that knew what winning looked like around me, so they could hold these guys accountable, they could get rid of the BS, and they wouldn't let anything slide. And I think they understood that. It took a while for the guys to grab a hold of that and understand like what we were talking about and what it really looked like to get to where we want to get to. But it was important that I had that staff around me.
Your playing career seems to have you prepared for this job. You played every day, you came off the bench. You played infield, you played outfield. But in terms of actually running games, how much did you draw on your former managers, and were there certain mentors you stayed in touch with even during the season about the job of managing?
Yeah, I had some really good guys. Listen, everything I know I've learned from somebody, right? I didn't make any of this up. So yeah, number one, Tony La Russa. Still talk to him today. I didn't want to be a bench player as a player, but looking back on it, I got to look at the game from a different perspective and different lens, and watch certain guys navigate a game, and that really, really helped me. I had some really good guys around me, some young rookie managers that I was a coach with. Every coach actually that I was with was a rookie manager: Andy Green, Jace Tingler, and Ollie Marmol as guys to look at. Ollie Marmol was really, really good for me, learning that system, and then helped me propel to where I am today.
A trade deadline can have a ripple effect. I truly believe it. And when the front office says, hey, I know it's close, but we're going to go get guys. We believe in this team. And all of the moves paid off, from Robertson to Josh Bell to Jake Berger. They all helped you get that postseason spot. What does playing in the playoffs mean to that group of young men that were in that clubhouse to get a taste of that? And what do you think the aftermath of that experience could be?
Well, I think now there's a new standard, and now you have a chance to protect it in the off season. So the off season work is much different now. Guys that had 30 to 35 starts for the first time in Luzardo and Brax now have hopefully an extra month of pitching in October, and they didn't realize what that really was until you experience it. There was a lot of guys that played in the playoffs, position player-wise, like Soler and Gurriel, that were on our team that really helped some of these young guys. But until you're playing in Philly, on the road, in the post, you don't understand it. And you saw a lot of these guys were like, oh man, this is it. I was even feeling it on the line, like, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. But I think once you get to experience that now, they're like, okay, this is what it's about. Now it's time to go.
All right, what do we need? Come on, we all sat as former
what's
players.
on the list? What do you want?
You know exactly what you need. I know you're not going to tell the world, but in your opinion, what do you think the Marlins should be kicking the tires on?
Well, we lost Sandy, a lot of innings there. But you're also looking forward to see what Max Meyer, coming off Tommy John, he was one of our top prospects coming into a couple years ago, what that looks like. We have one guy on the roster catching situation with Nick Fortes. We only have one catcher on the roster. So we'll see what that looks like at the end of the offseason. but I've always said, like, you're only as good as your bullpen, right? And as a manager, and our bullpen was really, really good. You know, and we'll see what that looks like. You know, towards the end of the winter. Peter is a smart guy. That's what I've learned this winter so far, and so I'm looking forward to seeing what he does.
You did a great job, I thought, getting the young pitchers through the long season while competing. That's not easy to do. Yuri Perez, really, I mean, his ceiling is whatever he wants it to be. What can you plan on him now going forward? Still young, 20, 21 years old.
Well, I think Mel and the minor league development staff really helped this kid get to where he is today. What's crazy is, like, you just tell him to do certain things and he does it like tomorrow, right? Hey, you need to throw the top of the zone a little bit more. He's like, all right, and just throws the top of the zone at 99 miles an hour. Hey, you need to get a little more break on your slider. All right, and here it comes, right? At 20 years old, I mean, it's insane. So trying to figure out how to keep him healthy. Over 162, he's still super young.
Does he still need some training wheels next year?
I think everybody needs training wheels, right? That's just what it is. But he should be a junior in college, just to kind of think about it like that. So I think you know, we'll navigate it, make sure he's still the development side is still there.
You got a new assistant GM. Are you spotting for him, or is he spotting for you in spring training?
Gabe Kapler.
Word on the street is you're not the most jacked guy in a Marlins uniform
He's
anymore.
kind of jacked. Yeah, saw him today. He's pretty jacked. Yeah, I'm a little nervous in that room now.
I got to give you. We had Jim Leland up here. How cool is it to hear that Jim Leland's going to Hall of Fame? You competed against his teams.
Unbelievable. So happy for him. Obviously, former Marlin manager, but he was a special assistant in St. Louis quite often when I was around, and getting to talk with him. Gosh, I mean, what a baseball man, but good human, and just talking different baseball stories with him. You could sit down, and I'd love to have a beer with him, or a couple beers, and just hear the stories.
It'll be a couple. If
yeah, I'm totally okay with it.
Yeah, so he gave this piece of advice, and you'll love it as a manager.
It's a good one.
If you mislead a player, you lose them forever. If you tell them the truth, you lose them for 24 hours.
100%. They see through your BS, right? A player knows if you're telling the truth that they see through, or they'll see right through you. That is spot on. I love that.
Awesome.
That is
Skip
awesome.
Schumaker, congratulations on a terrific 2023.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right.